We'll be working very hard to get all of these talks on video so we can get an experience of an invigorating summit for our viewers.
There's an estimated 30 to 40 million people right now in modern day slavery. That's actually more than there have ever been. I wanted to shout it from the rooftops. You have to look at this. It's the most important issue, in my opinion, of our generation right now, modern day slavery.
So I'm an executive in the oil and gas business focused on primarily technology. Who our people are at home around us in our village, and who our people are that work with us at work, and start creating awareness education, engaging them, and eventually giving resources investment.
But we are currently trying to expand our shelter that has 25 boys into a shelter for 250 boys. A lot of the boys come and talk to me as adults and say this happened when I was 4, this happened when I was 10.
I called law enforcement, they refused to come. So I wound up rescuing a 16-year-old that had been forced into prostitution. She had been brought from Mexico. Her testimony led to the rescue of 120 other victims and the prosecution of many, many traffickers who had been operating in Houston unfettered for 20 years.
It's what men believe. That's why the buyers go out and think that this woman really enjoys this, because that's what the media tells them. And so that's their expectation, not seeing the reality of what the matter is.
When we care less about the name on our shirt and who we're representing, and we care more about the cause, and we work together in a roundtable fashion, more gets accomplished, more lives get saved, more bad guys go to jail. We are more productive in changing the trajectory of people's lives, and that's how it happens. Coalition, not competition.
The coercion piece is, I'm going to talk you into doing something that you think you want to do, and that you're going to think that you're complicit in, but you are really not. The coercion piece is, I'm going to talk you into doing something that you think you want to do, and that you're going to think that you're complicit in, but you are really not.
All of a sudden, I just burst into tears uncontrollably. And I said, I can't save her, she's already dead. And that's what the traffickers want. They want a body alive, but the soul dead.
Well, I want to show you what that looks like. If you're looking at me, you're looking at a survivor, an overcomer of sex trafficking.
I couldn't imagine why someone would want to go back to being enslaved or being told and controlled on what to do and turn 20 and 30 tricks in a couple of days.
I thought about going back with him, and that's what most people don't understand, is the trauma that survivors, that victims and survivors have to endure when they're trafficked, and that bond that they build with their traffickers. It is a very, very hard bond to break.
And yeah, that one will never leave me. It's the only one I've lost after I met her.
You have your survivors or your victims, you have your buyers, you have your sellers, which I call the pimps and traffickers, and then you have the bystanders. And the most powerful person and the most powerful group in that equation is the bystander.
Finding ways that professionals who have skills in other areas like marketing or finance, or that they too can be a part of a movement. And that's what I love about our redM. It's reaching out to new communities to exponentially grow the movement.
I think I put a post out on LinkedIn 2 months ago and said, how about we do a virtual event? 2 months ago. How is that possible? Small efforts, big impact.
What can you do? Leverage what's around you. You were called, you were gifted, you were created, and you were crafted to make an impact in people's worlds.
Walk alongside, figure out what it is that you have to give, what you want to do, and just do something.
Are you ready to partner with survivors of human trafficking to end human trafficking in your communities?
Small efforts, big impact.